Thank you for watching another episode of Sloan's Reviews. Our mission is to help you decide what to love making next. Stay tuned at the end of this review for some extended footage of the Dragon Marble Run's operation. A big thank you to all of you who have subscribed to our channel. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of October and only 37 more to go. You're all blowing my mind. Today I'm reviewing the Dragon Marble Run by IDventure. This marble run uses 8mm marbles. They supply with 16 marbles, though 7 are consumed in the build. On a Sloan's Review rock scale of hardness, of 1 being easy and 10 being rock hard, I give this kit a 9. On a Sloan's Review's helping hand score, where 1 being full independent operation and 10 being it's using more man than machine, I give this kit a 9. As it's hand-cranked marble run, marbles exit the machine often and marbles frequently stalled on the left track, causing a backup that had to be cleared pretty often. Looking at the instructions for this kit were in a nice booklet-style format. They made an effort to tell you to be careful and pay attention to various areas of the build. However, rather than use line drawings, the instructions use photographs of the build almost entirely. Some photos are too close to the subject, meaning you can't see how the part is really supposed to be oriented, and some photos are blurry and very difficult to make out what parts are what or how they should go together. They don't give adequate direction on how to or when to wax gears and don't tell you what all surfaces need to be waxed. Here's a tip for the new builder. If there is a gear, then you need to at least wax the teeth. If the gear rubs up against anything beside it, then that side should also be waxed. During assembly, meticulous attention is needed throughout the build. Most of the pieces fit very tightly, which is good, but they can be very tough to push together in many places. The one area of the build, the parts that make the marble gutter at the base, were very sloppy and kept falling out. I thought to myself I should glue them, but talked myself out of it. This was a big mistake, as I didn't realize until it was too late that they had fallen out of place. I had to make significant alterations to get that part back in place, as I was far too long in the build to back up. On the bright side, it didn't affect the build. This kit has very fragile pieces, and a lot of them. I broke 2 because I didn't pay enough attention, though fortunately they give you a decent number of backup pieces. This marble run has a very simple operation and pathway. The marbles enter at the base and through a series of turning dials are handed off one to another until they reach the top of the dragon's neck, where they're supposed to hit a 50-50 switch upon exiting, which decides which path the marble run will go down, the left side versus the right side. After they go down the spiral path, they drop into a series of switchbacks where a weighted marble device successfully keeps the marbles from getting stuck in a corner and allows the marbles to continue down back into the gutter that drains the marbles back into the lifting mechanisms. What I liked about this marble run is it has a very small footprint and would be a good desktop piece. The winged dragon sculpture is well done and does at least provide some stimulating visuals to an otherwise pretty mediocre marble run. The marble lift is very successful and maybe the best I've seen yet, but sure was complex to build. They do a good job of walking you through the intricate area of this build, though. There is a pretty successful mechanism in a set of the switchbacks that keeps the marbles from getting stuck, which I've seen happen a lot in switchbacks. What I wish was better about this marble run, I would start with the cranking handle. It was a missed opportunity to use wood rings that allow the handle to spin while the user holds the handle. Instead, all the parts are fixed, so you have to have a light hand on the handle as you turn it. This build would be much better with automation. The 50-50 switch in the dragon's head mostly fails, but thankfully it fails up, as it often results in marbles going down both spirals at the same time. I also wish this marble run had more pathways and features so you would have more payoff upon completion. Oh, and also I wish they would have included wax with the kit. It's a pretty big feature. Most of these kits that essentially have everything you need in the kit, but it didn't have wax, it didn't have sandpaper, which I thought was a deficit to the kit, unfortunately. Can a beginner do and enjoy this kit? No, no, and no again. Though this is a very feature-simple marble run, it is a very intricate, delicate, and fragile build that would frustrate someone new to marble run building. Would I do it again? Nope. I don't think I would. There just isn't enough payoff for the amount of work. I love the marble lift, though it was complex but very successful. I would like to see something like it in more kits. Should you build the dragon? I'll of course leave it up to you, dear listener, but I would say if you're looking for a very technical build that will test you in a number of ways, maybe this is the kit for you. Did you build the dragon? What was your experience? Put your comments below. Please like and subscribe to see my latest videos. I hope this review helped you decide if you wanted to make your own dragon marble run. If you're in a position to support us on Patreon, please click the link in my description there. We have a camera that needs replaced for $3 a month to get ad-free access to our videos. That $3 could help you decide what to love making next. Thank you for watching, as always. Okay, these are a little hard to push in, so I'm getting them started. And then I use my file on top of them, pushing the rest of the way in. Like that. Okay, I just want to do a quick tutorial on how to wax up some gears here. First thing you want to do is you got your gear, is put a dot on it so you know where you started at, so you know where you'll be finishing to. I try to make it a little inconspicuous, but just needs to be there. And so all you're going to do is you're going to drag, here's your wax, and a simple candle's fine, but usually a lot of kits come with a little thing of wax for you. And all you're going to do is just rub it in there, back and forth, and you just kind of work your way around. And eventually you'll working down far enough that the wax will coat all the teeth. It just takes a little bit to get down there sometimes. You can see it's scratching the wax quite nicely. And you might want to have something underneath your your project, because you're going to have a lot of wax falling to the surface. You're just going to keep going on around here, and as you go around, so once you make it back to the start, you'll probably have to go a little further than the start just to catch up everything, because the first few teeth, until you ground down far enough into the wax, aren't going to be getting enough wax on them to start out with. So you'll need to go a little bit farther from the beginning. But once you get this set, then another gear of the same size, you'll be able to wax it very easily and quickly because of the teeth setting the holes in the wax just the way you need them to. I picked a nice big gear here, so hopefully it's easy to see on camera. And we are almost at the beginning already, where we started. And the other thing to note here is that you need to look in the kit to see if this gear is going to be rubbing up against other gears, like on its side, or if it's going to be rubbing against a side panel or maybe a base, depending on where the gear is laying out there. See, I'm already back at the beginning, gone around, so I'm just making sure I've got all the ones that were started out before the wax was shaped well enough to get into the teeth. Now, I don't know if it shows it very well on camera, but there are some nice grooves in that piece of wax. Then to wax, so like I said, if you got a gear that's going to rub against other things, then you want to wax the sides of it as well. You just rub it, it's fine. Piece of cake. If you don't know if it's going to rub, it doesn't hurt to wax it just in case. It usually is fine. And there you go, that's done. finally got around to writing an outro to give you plenty of time to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thanks again to those of you who have already subscribed, and one of you will have the good luck to be my first paid tier patron on Patreon if you subscribe today. For $3 a month, you get access to my videos without having to watch ads. Thank you in advance.